It's an age-old way to get around town, the horse-drawn carriage.
But with the addition of e-scooters and e-bikes on the streets of Denver, there is concern tonight that these carriages have no place in Denver anymore.
So is it time to move on? Well, Denver 7's Megan Lopez is going 360 to explore the future of horse carriages.
Out here in the grassy plains of Windsor, it's easy to forget what era you're living in.
I think that it encompasses Colorado as a whole.
In a place where transportation from the Wild West intersects with the 21st century.
These carriages have been around for a long, long time. It's part of Colorado.
But just an hour away, the sounds of hooves are hushed by the horsepower of cars. And buses, trains, bikes, e-scooters, pedicabs, and more. So many new ways to see the city. So is it time to let go of the oldest? Here's your 360 roundup. Horse carriage operators say this is a Colorado tradition that deserves to stay. Some 16th Street Mall shoppers we spoke with agree. PETA says many cities are already doing away with these carriages, but one Colorado town recently brought them back. First, let's take a ride into Denver's past. To understand the importance these carriages once had, helping bring the first settlers to this section of the Wild West, plowing fields, raising farms, laying the foundation for Denver, and eventually transforming transportation itself with cutting-edge horse cars.
Hamilton.
It's a history Darren Henry tries to hold on to.
I just can't imagine myself doing anything else but working with these guys.
Henry runs Mountain Shadow Carriages. It's one of only 6 companies left that's permitted by the Downtown Denver Partnership to operate along the 16th Street Mall.
We've adopted regulations that keep our horses safe.
His company has survived Denver's many changes.
Sometimes we don't like change, but we're good at it.
But even with the new transportation options, Henry says business is good.
Somebody that's walking down the street that wants to ride a scooter doesn't necessarily want to ride a carriage.
He's heard calls to get rid of these carriages before, but says his horses only work 8 hours a week and...
Draft horses, they love people. They love being around people. Back.
He hopes this nod to the past will stick around for the future.
Good boy. This is what Denver has grown up to be. Good boy. I would be very heartbroken if these carriages were to leave the mall.
Along the 16th Street Mall,
it gives it a unique quality when you see them on the street.
Horse carriages are still a special sight for tourists and Denverites alike.
I think it's a very romantic thing to spend the evening or just get to see the sights of the city.
A hat tip to the old days.
I think that connection to the Old West and the roots.
And for old timers,
like me, I would take them before I would take a shutter or these scooters that they have. I don't do those.
So many of the people Denver 7 spoke with say these carriages should stay. On the other hand,
there's nothing romantic about a suffering horse.
For the animal rights group PETA, these carriages can be dangerous.
There have been accidents in every major city where we have horse-drawn carriages.
John DeLeonardo says horses are sensitive to all of the noises around them and that city streets can be harmful for them to walk on. And with even more happening around them these days.
And the kind thing to do for the horses and the safe thing to do for our cities is to get them out of the streets.
Some cities have decided to get rid of horse-drawn carriages altogether, like Salt Lake City, Palm Beach, even Breckenridge.
In New York City, we're regulating them out of existence.
But without more public outcry, DeLeonardo isn't sure these carriages will go away.
It's a great piece that was missing.
Meanwhile, in Telluride,
this is how your ancestors crossed the country to access these mountains.
The town is taking a step back in history.
We just found that we had tons of local support.
Last year, it decided to allow these carriages to return.
There's a certain magic to horses that connection is being lost.
Something Noah Gregory says helped reconnect the town to its past.
But when you're actually experiencing the way that people traveled back when the towns were getting first developed, it adds that historical piece.
Gregory says the carriage rides are popular and here to stay. All around Denver, the Old West still alive in many ways. This long-standing transportation helped make history here. Whether it will become it is still unsettled. With this 360 roundup, Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
And listen, we want to hear from you about these horse carriages. 360 at thedenverchannel.com, or you can join in on the conversation on our Denver 7 Facebook and or Twitter page.